Carpenter Brewing Company presents Brew Battles.
A brew battle is where 10 judges and 5 brews come together in a blind taste test to objectively determine which one's best. The judges are everyday people like you and me. The brews are all from the same style category, and the results are tallied using our proprietary algorithm, and only one brew wins. In this episode, we are battling Dos Equis, Corona Extra, Modelo Especial, Tecate, Pacifico Clara.
Let's introduce the judges. Let the battle begin.
It doesn't have a strong scent, but there's a slight fruit. I liked how it tasted. I think it's something that could be drank on a hot day and regularly and not feel like you have to drink water in between or change it up. The mouthfeel is a little thin, but I think that's great for a beer you're going to drink a lot of.
My favorite was number uno.
It doesn't smell like anything, much of anything, maybe dust. Kind of an irony, hopper taste. It's not very carbonated. I'd forget that I was drinking it like a minute later.
Number 5 is okay compared to the rest. Pretty well balanced, not too bitter, decent amount of flavor. Obviously it's Mexican beer, so it's not real thick. It's not real hoppy. It feels like a good standard, lighter Mexican type of beer. Compared to the others, it actually tastes like one of the better ones.
Actually, I kind of like number 2 compared to the other beers. I just like it because it feels the most drinkable to me.
Number 2 is a flavor standout for me, an aroma standout for me in a good way.
5 was my favorite.
Numero 5 is my favorite.
2 was my favorite.
It's very metallic. It's really light, but like the flavor is not very good for Mexican beer.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's number 3. I think number 3 has a bit of bite to it. It's kind of sharp, it's good summer drinking, and I like something that's not water.
It's a little bitter. But like only in the middle.
It's more refreshing.
It kind of almost had a buttery taste to it.
And then I think I actually like 4 the best. It has enough flavor to keep it interesting, but it doesn't have as much of a metallic flavor as a lot of the other ones do.
I feel like it has the most like standard flavor. It's more mellow than the other ones, and I just generally like it more than the other one. Number 4 is my favorite.
Number 4 was my favorite.
Number 4 is my favorite.
4 was my favorite.
6 tastes like skunk and urine. I think it's really not good. It's the beer I would definitely drink when I was already under the influence. It's no bueno.
There's a reason you match limes with these beers.
It's really skunky.
6 is awful and vile and should never be used in polite society. Unless you're serving it to someone you don't like.
I like 6 because compared to a lot of the other beers, it's the only one that has any type of like identification. Yeah, the smell of it is skunky, and maybe that's tricking me into thinking that there's more flavor in the beer than there actually is. But it's the only one that isn't like a blank, kind of generic tasting kind of beer. It is skunky, but I don't mind it.
I think it's pretty nauseating.
Each beer is rated for aroma, appearance, and taste, with taste being the predominant factor. You may have noticed that each person received 6 beer samples in their platter when only 5 beers are competing. The 6th beer is a repeat. If a beer judge rates the same beer completely different, then his or her opinion is discounted in the final results tally because their tastes are inconsistent. The results of the brew battle are as follows.
We had an interesting battle with Corona Extra coming in last place with a score of 17, followed by 4th place Pacifico Clara with a score of 20. Then we had a tie for 2nd place between Tecate and Modelo Especial, both with a score of 27. And then squeaking in for the win was Dos Equis with a final score of 28. Congratulations to Dos Equis for having this Brew Battle's best Mexican beer.
Like Carpenter Brewing Company on Facebook to stay up to date with our latest video and beer releases.